What is going on, guys? Welcome to Crypto Bros. My name is Rodney. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at market sentiment, where we're at currently, where we're going. We're going to talk about just the down market, and this is more just like a positive message that's going out. There's been so much negativity, so much disdainment, so many people kind of turning their backs on crypto that this is more of a positive video. I get that things are down. I get that portfolios look like crap, but this is the time where you need almost like the most gumption to push through. Like this is when everyone is going to, this right now is when everyone is going to stack up and then make their money in second half of 2018 into 2019 into 2020 because they're buying at these ultimate lows. So we're just going to kind of talk about this today. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet and not too ranty. That's fairly hard for me to do, but let's get into it. I will just mention this. NordVPN is offering their $2.75 a month deal to get a VPN on your computer. I have it on my phone. I have it on all my computers in my house. I have it on my wife's phone. Like we have it, we use it. We use this to protect our information when we're on there, especially when we're dealing with the cryptocurrency world. If you want to support the channel, you can obviously do that by following my link below. No cost to you, but I do get a kickback, and I obviously appreciate that. That all being said, let's flip over to coin market cap. Right now, market cap $255 billion. Obviously a sea of red. This is nothing that we aren't used to at this point. All eyes are on Bitcoin, Ethereum, a lot of these other coins that either people are trying to get into. Look at Verge right here, almost up 9%. Impressive in the sea of red today, and whatever XPA is. I've never even heard of that. But anyway, I just kind of want to talk about where we are. I've made a video similar to this before, back in the early part of 2018. But this is the time when people start accumulating projects they want to get into. Everything is 50, 60, 70, 80% off, and this is when a little bit of money can go a long way. And I get the psychological standpoint of dumping more in when you're looking at your own portfolio that's down 80% or whatever it may be. That can be hard, but this is where the whole crypto speculation comes in. Either you believe in this space, you believe in cryptocurrency, or you don't. And what we've seen, especially with how low the market cap is, like a lot of people have been turned away or shaken out or have sold at the bottom. And part of the most strategic thing you can do in cryptocurrency is be patient. And I get that's a very, very hard thing to do. But I mean, I'm not sure if anybody invests in stocks, but I never look at like any of those portfolios ever. I actually don't even care. Like, I understand it's a long-term play. Thing is, with cryptocurrencies, it's very easy to trade. The barrier to entry is super easy, so people keep an eye on this all the time. But I mean, if you would have bought, stock XYZ 10 years ago, you probably weren't looking at it day after day. The crypto space obviously brings a different aspect in it because everything moves so quickly, but we just have to realize that some of these things got to take time. Like, there's a lot of overall uncertainty, but this is all like good stuff that's happening. Like, this is on a global scale, and it's going to take time for adoption, for regulation, for whatever it is. It's going to take time. So, I hope that, if you are, watching today or sitting there checking your cryptocurrency portfolios and all this stuff daily, like, guys, it will be okay. Anytime following a bear market, the bulls always come back. There's a book by Tony Robbins. It's called Unshakable. He talks about like different market crashes, housing market, stock market, and all these things, and then all the people that lost out because they sold it and did knee-jerk reactions to the bottom, where if they would have waited 300 to 500 days, everything comes back around. It can't go down forever. I get that people said like Bitcoin and all these things can go down to zero, but I don't believe that. I mean, part of it is like, if you have your life savings in here, yeah, you're probably sweating it out. But if you have a portion of whatever portfolio you have here, plan on losing it, but this isn't worth wrecking your life or getting depressed or whatever because you're checking this shit every day. It just is going to take some time. So one thing I wanted to quickly talk about was this article that came out on Friday. This was circulating pretty heavily between a lot of the big name YouTubers. Coin Mastery, I saw it on. I'm trying to think, I saw it somewhere else. Maybe I think on Superman. They referenced this. The article just says fourth dimension Bitcoin manipulation cartel. Price suppression is their goal. I'll post this link below where you can check it out. Really, it's just talking about this group of people who have come in and they kind of put the control on the crypto market with how they're buying and selling. Throughout this article, they just reference some, coincidental points where things happened and prices dropped, and they really draw like these, I don't want to say like conspiracy theory, but it's just, there's a lot of coincidences that make this specific article and whatnot, hold a potential value. I'll let you guys read all through this. It's just interesting. They talk about some things that happened in the past with different asset classes where they did the same type of thing. Obviously there's gold. I think uranium was another one, but whatever, you guys can check it out. Again, this was just like this big ordeal on Friday that everyone was diving into. And while this may be the case, I don't think anyone would argue there is some very big money that controls this space or can control this space. I don't necessarily think that is the whole question or the entire picture here that's going on and why our market is down. Like if you just think, and I've said this before, if you think about how hard things went from like beginning of November to like the beginning of January, we 3x'd on Bitcoin. It went from 5K to like, we 4K or 4x'd on Bitcoin. It went from 5K to 20 in a matter of like 60 or 70 days. So when you run up that hard and that fast, like that was fairly unnatural. And then what that did is that brought so many new people in there that they thought that's the new, that's like the regular thing in crypto, that we're just seeing, an overly aggressive correction on an overly aggressive run. And a lot of those people who haven't been through a cycle like that before, they're selling at the bottom. Chances are they got in late. If they're finding out about everything that's going on in end of November, December, early January, and they're buying in, chances are right now they're absolutely crushed. And so a lot of people, especially when you're new into this, do stuff in USD, worry about like capital preservation, and they're not quite fully ingrained in the long-term picture here. They may not know a lot about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, and it could have been, like, hey, if I can, make $250 or $300 or whatever it is, get rich quick. They got in and got out. Now that they're hammered, their taste in their mouth might be soured. So, I think there's more than just this that's going on here, and we can obviously tell that that's obviously the case in terms of like, money exiting the market. $250 billion down from the almost 800 billion that we were at, basically approaching a trillion bones. And so, I just think patience is the game here. If you're frustrated, if you're tired of this, I get it. No one likes to see their Binance or their portfolios in shambles, but I think patience will win here, guys. Like there's a lot of cool things going on. I've referenced this in a couple of videos recently. It's called Crypto Miso. Like people are working on stuff. This is all the projects and whatever that are out there, and the top ones that have action on their GitHub. And there's in terms of my portfolio, ZRX is a long-term hold of mine. I do have a fair share of Tron, which is nice to see. Nebulous I love. Archain I love. The only one that really wouldn't be in here that I would hope in the top 10 or 15 is Zilliqa, which is another big one. But in terms of like some of my favorite projects for 2018, Nebula, Archain, and Zilliqa are right up there at literally the tippy top, especially in terms of new projects coming on. So to see the work is being there, to see these prices down so low is very hard. But this also gives us a great opportunity, to turn a profit 365 days from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, as this stuff becomes more adopted. But again, it just takes patience. So if anything, the thing that you could do to get rich slow, if you have faith in this space, if you believe in cryptocurrency, if you don't, by all means don't do this, but getting in on these crazy lows is how you do it, guys. And it's really hard to buy exactly at the bottom. But if you're within the 10% or 15% of the bottom, you're doing pretty damn good, especially if you're not some type of technical analysis wizard. I mean, if we swing over here, I mean, there are some dirty prices. Neo, $47. IOTA, if you're a fan of that, some of you love or hate it, under $1. What else? VeChain, 228. Icon, 205. Lisk, it's $7.28. This thing was pushing literally $40 at one point. Like, that's crazy. Steam, $1.40. Like, what is going on here? These are just some very ridiculous prices, and I've heard people, myself included, saying like, oh, I don't know if we'll ever see these prices again, but we obviously have. And if you believe in the space and this is where your investment goes, or a portion of it, like, these are some of the best buys we've seen, in the last 8 to 12 months. Honestly, like, our market cap is down below like mid 2017 at this point. Our chain, 93 cents. Come on, guys. Zilliqa, 4 cents. 0x, 52 cents. I can remember when 0x was literally like $2.25, and we're all the way down to 50 cents. So, like, these good buys and these, we'll call them opportunities, are there. The psychological part of kind of breaking through and doing this is just very, very hard. So, all that being said, like, I mean, we can even look over at the Google Trends. Like, this was like the search for Binance right here. But if we just check out crypto, like, look at this. It actually looks. Hold on, maybe I gotta type it in here. But when we punch it in, it looks exactly like. I don't know why it's not doing that. There it is. It looks exactly like the charts. Like, look at this. So here we are, July 23rd, 2017. We catch this huge run up with all this people's interest, and now we are on the downfall again. And these waves will come. We can see where it's happening at, and this and that. But as blockchain and these technologies become more prevalent, more regular in society, like, we're gonna see these things move. The hard part is differentiating between what is good and what is crap. But I think for the most part, like, depending on the due diligence you do, you can pick out a few winners. It's not that hard. I mean, look at some of these prices. I think Cardano might be this one might be one of the lowest sitting coins in terms of down from the all-time high of anything is out there right now. Literally 15 cents. I think at one point it was $1.20 or $1.30. So, like, there is some serious room to grow. You just have to have the the gumption to kind of press through this long time. But anyway, guys, I just wanted this video to be more of a positive outlook. I get that there's so much negativity. It's easy to sell right now. It's easy to tether up. And those are all fine moves. But at this point, you're sitting at the bottom. Unless you need the cash, there's no point in selling. That if you've lost 80%, it's really hard for it to go down that much further where it's a make or break. So just be patient. A lot of cool things coming out, within the space, within each coin. Like, if you've never seen this before, this is CoinMarketCal. It's a calendar of all these crazy events that are coming up, and I'm telling you guys, crypto is here to stay. So is blockchain and all these new emerging technologies. It's just going to take some time. So anyway, that's all I got for you this afternoon. I hope this was a positive influence, on you. If you're frustrated, don't be. If you have, again, this is not necessarily like financial advice, but if any time is good to buy, it is now. You don't want to wait till we're on a crazy run again where you're buying at the top. This is when you should be doing your research, figuring things out, figuring out what coins you like and where you want to go and how you want to do it. Doing it during the bull market is not, because when we hit that bottom and you didn't get out at a certain time, or you're not okay with holding through the ups and downs, you're going to be the one that's upside down and upset. So overall, we're heading in the right direction. I know a lot of people are calling for May to kind of see the bulls return. We'll obviously see, but we're heading in the right direction. It just is going to take some patience, guys. So have a good rest of your weekend, and I will catch you guys soon. See ya.